Hello everybody, back here again for another vlog a day, and today is Saturday the 15th, and today was a really weird weather day. Started off nice and cold, warmed up a little bit, and I'd say by about 9 o'clock the temperature started dropping pretty quick, started falling off. It was in the 20s, got up I think like 23, 25, somewhere in there, and it started dropping back off again. My buddy came over, his daughter had an engineering I guess contest. It's like I don't know, kind of a math bee, but for engineers and stuff, building some robots and doing some weird stuff. They came over for a meet held here in town. So I ended up meeting with him. We're gonna go out and do a little running. I dropped the kid off there at like 7:30. Got everything all situated, carry stuff in, all that kind of stuff. I met him over there about 8:30 or so. We took off running. The plan was to run at least 6 miles, maybe run 12, depending on how he felt, how much time we had in that. Everything was going pretty good. We took off running. He was a little slow getting started. He still got some injuries he's kind of messing with in that. I had Bruce with me. I met him over where the engineering contest was at, so we took off running from there. Luckily, he was able to be parked right there. Didn't have to bother. He could run right from the contest location. We were able to run. It's like I don't know, half mile, probably a quarter mile to the head of a trail. Ran down the trail, made a loop around the lower res, which I run quite often in that. And we were basically talking. We made the first loop around the res. And we were going to basically go run around town also, and I asked him if he wanted to make it our loop or go around town farther. What do you want to do? He said, let's just make it our loop. So we headed out to make it our loop. We made it, I don't know, probably less than a quarter mile, maybe half mile down the trail, probably a half mile down the trail, and got a phone call saying that his daughter's contest was going to start, the competition, and we need to kind of head back that way. So we turned around, headed back that way, and we got there, and she was talking like she had like 2 competitions wherein she's going to be running the robot and that for the one of them. So we thought we'd go back real quick, hang out, watch her competition real quick, and then it wasn't supposed to be done until like 5:30 in the afternoon. But if she's only going to have a couple of contests, we're going to watch her. We were both sweating from out running and stuff, heading to the gym. We thought, no big deal, we'll sit around here, watch her, and we'll head out. Found out there was like 15, 20 minutes between competitions, and there was like 9 of them, I think it was. So I was like, holy crap, this is not going to finish a run. So we got a little about 4 miles in, just under 4 miles. Wasn't a big deal. Had a good time, laughing, joking with her and stuff, kind of supporting her. It's kind of cool to see that. Their equipment and their machine was not doing real well. It's one of those things where I think it's their first year in the whole organization doing stuff. So even the coach doesn't really know quite what he's doing. He's actually a teacher, I guess. I'm not sure he's a coach or a teacher, but he's kind of learning, so they're learning a lot. So I think as time goes on, next year they'll really step it up. Even their next competition, they'll know a lot more that's going on. There's a few things they realize they didn't know before, like the surface they're going to competing on. They thought it was going to be a hard floor, like a cafeteria of like a school floor, and it turned out to be like that rubber mats, like you'd see like in a kid's playroom or a daycare. So that was something they didn't plan for, they weren't aware of, so they had to kind of rework some of that stuff. Just little things. Really had a good time though. It's a weird setup. There's like 4 teams per challenge. 2 teams that don't know each other on the same team. So it's basically 2 against 2. So you're actually having to work with other teams. And it's just some really cool scoring stuff. I didn't know about how it worked. So it's kind of interesting to find that out. I ended up basically, my dog was out in the truck. I went ahead and ran him home. In between a couple of matches, went back, watched a few more matches with them. Hung out there for quite some time. I think I probably saw 5 or 6 matches, something like that. Ended up saying to hell I was going to take off. I took off, went home, got showered up and stuff and that. It was snowing by that point. It started snowing hard, actually. The roads were getting slick, and it was getting kind of gross out. My truck has bad tires on it. Although 4-wheel drive wasn't too bad, but it doesn't stop for the crap on those old shitty tires. And the front tires are like pure bald. They're like unsafe to really be driving on. So went ahead and basically just headed home there. Ended up watching the movie Noah. Not a big fan. I was not a big fan of the movie. I'd heard good and bad things both about it, and I was definitely one of the ones that thought it sucked. So that was a Netflix movie, so I'd take it back. And by that point, we had about 3.5, 4 inches of snow on the ground. Took off in the truck, took the movie back, and it was just slick as shit out. It was so gross out there. Went ahead, also grabbed myself some stuff to flush out the radiator. Bought the little flush out kit because you've got to mount it in the hose and stuff. Bought that kit. It was too cold to be messing with it tonight, so my hose is all froze up. I got to drag my garden hose into my garage, start my wood stove up, get my garden hose thawed out, and then go from there so I can basically flush out the radiator in that truck. The heater core is not getting fluid through very good, so the heater core is plugged up. Hopefully I can just flush it out with some chemicals and a good radiator flush. If that doesn't work, I'll pop the heater core out and replace it. throw a new one in there and it won't be that big a deal. So definitely, I'm a giant fan of having excellent heaters in a vehicle, so I want to get that fixed up as soon as possible. So other than that, just realized my back is really jacked up right now. I'm kind of getting over that flu thing. I think I'm pretty much over that, 90% over that anyway. But I took that fall out there at Rathbun running the other day, and I realized I've kind of twisted myself up a little more than I thought I did in that fall. And then I was moving dryers and stuff around with my buddy last night, helping him. His dryer went out, so I had to haul out the old one, bring the new one. But the way the house is set up and the way things are, instead of moving a ton of stuff out of the way and shelves and bookcases and all kinds of stuff, we just picked it up and lifted it like over our head to kind of drag it out of the house. And it's amazing how you don't realize those muscles you don't use in that angle and that motion very often. That sucked. And then sitting on those bleachers today just wrecked my back and that. So it's like right in the, between my two both shoulder blades. Hurts like hell right now. Kind of fighting that a little bit. Then basically the last couple hours has been texting a friend of mine and stuff, really just having a really deep, in-depth conversation and texting and stuff. That's really been really emotional and just kind of cool to be able to open up that much to somebody you've known such a short time. So that's pretty much what my whole evening was. So now I'm going to go ahead and basically try and get ready for some sleep and hopefully get some relief from this pain tonight. I'm going to probably take a couple more ibuprofen, which I'm not a fan of, but oh well, it happens. So I'll take a couple of those and hopefully get a good night's rest. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.